What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Thanks for joining us. Welcome to It's On. I'm your girl, Big Skills Faith, and I got the homie Wendy with me. We are here
What's
tonight
up?
to
Hi.
discuss Sex Life Part 2. And no, I don't have slides. Sue me. But but before we get into Sex Life, because I really thought that this was a good season.
You did.
I did. I liked it. It has some themes going on, and I like how they let the black girl shine. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
So I like that, and I like the themes that were going on. Now her husband was being real petty. I will say that, but
hmm
and I
But
was still mad.
his
Uh huh.
friend with
Oh, let me
the
say.
you know what I'm talking about. I was
I do
like,
know what you're talking
really?
about. We're gonna talk about it.
I'm like,
So
oh,
So we're going to talk about it, but first we're going to give a rundown of the Oscars. We're also about to get ready to talk about, oh my God, listen, SWV and Escape.
SWV. Like, look, you shouldn't let personal things come between you and a chick. It's business.
You know,
Be like, hey, we may not like each other, but hey, we know what pays the bills.
and they really had to get to some type of. We
Understanding.
saw SWV kind of go through their stuff because this is not their first trip to the rodeo, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
They had another reality show, and the same with Escape. They did a reality show. Um, that was Candy's idea that she had brought. I think it was. I feel like it was on WeTV. I don't feel like it was on Bravo.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they talked about how at the time Candy did not necessarily want to go on the road or on tour because at the time Candy and the sisters were beefing. So it was Candy and
Mm-hmm.
Tiny over here and the sisters over here. And of course, that's when
Mm-hmm.
we got the radio where Tamika accused Candy of sleeping with everybody in So Deaf. Um, and I think Candy was dating Jermaine Dupri at one point in time. Um, and so there was a little bit of dissension in the group. Now, a lot of people are saying that Candy got a lot of the leads in the group. And they were like, well, she broke it down and she explained it. I was like, but all of them girls really sang on them songs. All of them, because they were a group that, and all of them can sing, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see where Candy was getting more leads than Latasha, but I wasn't there. I wasn't a part of the group, so I don't know. But let me start with um how disrespectful Latasha has been through this whole process. Like she has been disrespectful times 10. So apparently the girls performed in Las Vegas. Tamika and Latasha had their own dressing room. Tiny and Candy had their own dressing room. Some way, somehow, Tasha and Tamika got locked out of their dressing room. Instead of Tasha trying to figure it out with her sisters,
Natasha Candy.
no, Candy was not locked out of her dressing room. Candy and Tiny had their dressing room. They got in their dressing room. Latasha and
Oh,
Tamika
okay.
did not. That's why
Okay.
they were at the mama's house because of the
Okay.
text messages. So let's talk about it.
Okay. I thought it was
No,
Candy
Candy
and
and
okay.
Tiny didn't have no issue. They was able to get in their dressing room.
Okay.
Instead of Latasha trying to figure it out because your sister is also locked out of her dressing room as well, she left the venue, was mad at the girls, and they were going back to her. So Tamika was like, dog, you left me. Like, how you gonna leave me? You left me by myself. You didn't stick around. You didn't find out, even if you was gonna do something different, you didn't find out if I got in the dressing room. You didn't do any of that. And so they were going back and forth in their little group chat. And then she said something about
Kiss her butt.
kiss her
She.
ASS. And
Mm-hmm.
Tamika was like, well, if you had an ASS to kiss. Now here is the thing. Latasha has always been a big girl. And I can see where you've lost a lot of weight, sis. Let's talk about that because you're not big, but I understand a lot of times when you've been the big girl all your life, how that you still have that mentality of I'm the big girl, right? So you done lost a whole lot of weight, sis, and you
Mm-hmm.
didn't go get no surgery to get nothing enhanced, right? So you didn't get you a BBL. You ain't go
Like
get
she
no
did, like
right.
Tamika did.
Right. You ain't go, although Tamika really didn't need one because Tamika always kind of had a little shape. Let me put that
Right,
right
right,
now.
right.
But you didn't go get what everybody else got. But Tamika said, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking about, and Tiny was like, well, she felt like you was body shaming her. Body shaming her.
People are.
So they get into the altercation at the house, at the mama's house. Or at the mama's house, because the mama to summon them to talk.
The
Um,
mama, the mama, the
the
mama,
mama is the problem.
the mama.
I don't care what nobody
And,
say.
and, and I feel bad for her, Tamika, because it's like she can't do nothing right in her mama's eyes.
No,
And Tasha can't do nothing wrong.
I'm not putting that on my post. I want you to understand it and know. I'm sorry. You see my child?
Mm-hmm.
Look at these comments.
I need a big girl. Give me a big girl. I want a big girl.
Why?
Joshua.
I'm recording. You'd be mad if I did this to you. So,
Oh my gosh.
so
Honey.
here is my thing. She pitted the girls against one another. That's what I saw. She
Mm-hmm.
took sides, and Tamika revealed that some years ago, the group got a check. They got royalty check.
But here's the thing about that. Tamika had to pay taxes on 30,000 she never got.
She never got. She had to pay taxes. She lied to her husband. And so when she confronted, she went and talked to her mom about it. Like, hey, they done took this money from me because she got receipts. She got to research because she didn't know what happened to her check. Who got
Mm-hmm.
my check? And at the time, Rocky was managing both Tamika and Latasha.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how he probably had access to whatever in order to deposit said check. Or because typically your manager or whomever gets your checks or whatever, because they probably got to get their cut first. So
Mm-hmm.
I believe that they never paid that girl that $30,000. You can't make
Mm-hmm.
me believe otherwise because y'all look guilty. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't even play it off. Y'all look
And
guilty. The
then,
mama,
right,
y'all
right.
gotta look guilty.
But then the mama had a nerve to say, well, she said, Tamika said that this was offhand when she told her mama about it the first time. Her mama had a nerve to say, well, maybe she needed the money. But she was pregnant Tamika was pregnant at the time. Her
And had
oldest
a
daughter
child
was
in
in
college.
college.
Mm-hmm.
And with and I it's just I don't you know what I don't think money was the issue. It was the fact that your sister did
I
it
have held you down all
right.
these years. I done lied on other people just so I could stand 10 toes down with you because you my family. And you done stole from me. Listen, let me say this. She going to sing church music. I would have took her to. She would have went to jail for stealing my money. Oh,
Mm-hmm. That's what she said. She said you can go to jail if you want to. Play with me.
so apparently now she's trying to say that Tamika disrespected their mama, and I guess this is what she was talking about earlier. I mean, last year when the whole falling out kind of unfolded before our very eyes. She disrespected my mama. You know what you did on national TV? Hmm?
Okay. My thing is this. The mama shouldn't have taken sides, number one.
Mama shouldn't have taken sides. Mama shouldn't have summoned them over to the house. Mama should have told them to work it out. They grown. You're
Right.
not 10, 15 years
Number
old.
number two, mama got some of that money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mama benefited from some
Cause
of that
and
money.
then
Because
then
9 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure that Tasha's taking care of her. So you're not gonna bite the hand that really helps feed you.
absolutely not. And then you wanted the cameras to be turned off.
Because you knew it was true.
If I'm lying on you, let the cameras roll.
And then the mama had the nerve to call her and say, "You talking bad about Tasha again? I'm gonna kick your butt."
Yep.
Basically, really?
Yep. I don't understand, man. Make me see. I believe you took the money. So then they're trying to do this thing with SWV. And real talk, Tasha would have been out the group.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no discussion. Tasha,
Mm-hmm.
because right now they've been touring without Tasha. They can sing your part, sis. You're replaceable.
Very
They
much so.
your sister just took over all your parts. How about that? Because everybody can sing in the group. You know what I'm saying? You know, this ain't you not David Ruffin. And somebody made a point on one of the TikTok posts that I was looking at.
Mm-hmm.
She did a segment where she was talking about how Candy was getting all the leads and stuff because she was dating Jermaine Dupri. I think probably Candy maybe got some leads because maybe Candy was doing a lot of writing. I'm gonna put that out there and we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
let that sit where it is. Um, you're upset because you feel like the career that Candy has, you should
You
have
should
had.
have had. But one thing about Candy, Candy works.
Baby, Candy
Candy works.
ain't blaming the world for why I ain't got. Candy is hustling. Candy gonna turn anything into a check. She know how
She
to
gonna
do that.
turn right. So are you gonna have that same kind of work ethic?
Nope, you gonna let
No.
Ike, aka your husband,
And what was that? He was whispering to her in her ear to tell her what to say. He said, they
listen,
said, what you whispering to her about? Tell her what she needs to say. So you gonna let this narcissist really,
because
because
that's what it is.
put the alleged button up here because I'm about to say something.
Okay, hold on. Where is my banner? There we go. All right.
Okay, so your husband allegedly got another woman pregnant. Y'all don't want to talk about that. You don't want to discuss that. However, you want to bring back something 20, 30 years ago that you had a beef with Candy.
And she still don't like Candy. She will not talk to Candy. If you notice, when they're all sitting together, she really won't address Candy. She ain't gonna address her because she doesn't like Candy. Your disdain for this girl really is why you ain't got the career that you want. Let's talk about that because you've held on to this grudge for a gazillion years. And until you let that go, you're not gonna be a successful gospel singer. You're not gonna be a successful solo artist in the music industry. You're going to
Has her
be where
music
you are.
has her gospel music came out?
I think she did come out with an album. I haven't checked it out yet. It's on my little new music thing on Tidal. I hadn't checked it out yet.
Mm-hmm.
But until you get right,
Mm-hmm.
if everything gonna be wrong for you. You're blocking your own blessings, in my opinion. You are not a diva. Yes, you can sing, sis. You absolutely can sing. I'ma always give you props because you can sing. You a singer, baby.
Mm-hmm.
However, you can't come into a group situation and be like, I'm David Ruffin and y'all are the Temptations when everybody is David Ruffin in the group.
Ruffin, right.
You know what I'm saying? How, Sway, does that make sense? Because it don't make sense to me. Everybody in the group can sing. Now, Candy's voice is a little annoying from time to time. But Candy can hit a high note, baby. She can hit them notes. Okay? You gotta, stop. Absolutely stop. Y'all agreed to be in this group when y'all were kids. Y'all continue to be in the group. As you continue to be in the group, Now here we are.
Mm-hmm.
So, and my other point that I was making yesterday, if Coco gambles, and yes, I call her full name, and I really didn't call her full name because Coco ain't it. Coco is the nickname, but we're gonna go with Coco. If Coco is side eyeing you, baby, you are the problem. I want you to understand and know. When Coco is side eyeing you, because Coco is the diva of all divas. We saw Coco be a diva on the
Mm-hmm.
last show, and I kind of got Coco's position. They kept wanting her to sing downtown, and she was married to a gospel drummer. He played drums for all of the gospel groups. I think he was a drummer for Israel at the
Mm-hmm.
time. So she was like, "I'm not singing that song. Y'all can't make. I don't understand what the problem is." They were upset because she wouldn't sing this song, but I'm like, you got to understand the industry that her husband is in. And subsequently, she was also in that industry as well because Coco
Mm-hmm.
has had some gospel albums. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, she gonna be a diva and stand 10 toes down in her diva-ness. But when the diva is looking at you like, sis, come on. This ain't that. And they telling you you ain't got to like the person in order to, to do
Right.
business.
Nope. Nope.
But
Nope.
let me say this. Let me tell you who the puppet master is. So I noticed in the conversation they mentioned the management. The management was friends with Rocky, whatever his name is, whatever her husband's name is. And the manager was somebody that he recommended. So when the girls talked about changing management because they felt like the manager had not been working on stuff since the verses, SWV had been touring since the verses. They had
Mm-hmm.
not. Done some spots here and there, but they had not been touring. We need management that's gonna get us booked and have us business. Y'all say, man,
Right.
I want this group thing to work. And if Candy is saying I'm available to travel and work, no matter what Todd is saying at the house, Candy was like, okay, come on, girl, let's do this. If Candy is
Mm-hmm.
available and everybody's available, you ain't doing nothing, sis. You trying to sing gospel and you just stole your
Mm-hmm.
one. Let's start with that. I don't know how that's gonna work out for you. I'm gonna keep and I'm gonna listen to her album because she's a good singer. I'm gonna listen to it and see how I feel about it. I saw a performance at a church I wasn't real crazy about, but I'm gonna listen to your album. But what I'm gonna say is that give your sister her money back. You can't be over here spreading the gospel and you done stole $30,000 from your sister. Give your sister her money back,
And not only that, you need to go to therapy. You need to be
baby.
on. You
Because
need to
in
be on
your mind,
somebody's case.
you is that big girl. You still that big girl. You
You know
still
what?
got
Kim Pye trips me out when he talks about this. Every time he talk about Latasha, he had, you know how he has a soundboard,
mm-hmm.
and you know that Taylor Swift song, "Hi, it's me. Yes, the problem is me." He says that every time
What
he
is the
talks about
problem?
her.
You the problem. Now you might have been mad because Candy might have got more leads than you, which again, the hits that came out, you led on all of them songs for the most part. You had leads on the hits.
Mm-hmm.
I
She
don't
did.
understand what the problem was since you was in the group. You was in the group.
The problem is
You.
she was insecure about her
Absolutely. And
weight
you're still insecure.
because you got a husband who allegedly be stepping out on you,
I
and he
believe I believe
and
you
and
wholeheartedly.
and this is the sad part. I believe he talks down to her, and but you don't see it.
No.
He has probably walked her self confidence even more, just messed it up even more.
Yeah.
And then I bet when he so called allegedly had that baby, that hurt even more.
Listen.
You should have stayed with the other dude. You-
I mean, that man went and told the other man. Let me tell you how weak minded you are. You let this man you and dude was weak minded. You let this man tell another man that you was dating, dump her because I want her. That ain't cute.
It is not. Mm-mm.
He chose me.
Mm-mm.
That baby, that's not cute. And
No,
you went
no,
for it.
he ain't chose you. No, he chose you because he knew you was weak minded.
He needed to have somebody that was gonna bend over backwards and do everything he say.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, no, that ain't the way. That ain't the way. Um, okay, let me the whole thing. Okay, so this is where I am with it. Um, I just, child, I don't know. We're gonna have to pray because I just, but I'm ready to see if they are able to pull this concert off. They have
I
some
think
very
they
good
only going to be
ideas.
able to pull off one concert because it was just only the one concert, right?
Okay, right.
So I'm thinking they did pull it off. That's my guess on it. Don't quote me,
We only
but
got 4 more episodes, so we'll see. Maybe this is the break between now and when Atlanta start back up. We'll see. Um, I'm hoping they work it out. If they do the one concert, that's fine. But I, as far as Latasha being a member of the group, I think y'all need to do something different. Somebody said replace her with Tamar. I said nope. Tamar need to continue to be a solo artist. Don't put
mm-hmm,
Tamar in no group. She couldn't get along with her sisters, who was the group that
mm-mm,
she was brought into the world to be a part of. Don't put her in no group. I think the three girls would do just fine as Escape. That's how I
mm-hmm.
feel. I mean, I would love to
And,
see all
and-
four of
and
them.
let it show that y'all doing just fine without her.
Absolutely,
She
because
gonna
you're touring and Latasha ain't there. And Latasha is not there.
that's more money in y'all pocket.
More money in your pocket. Learn from boys to men. Michael wasn't showing up. They got rid of Mike. Now Mike didn't disclose to them that he was sick, but they got rid of Mike, right? And that meant more money for them because hey, we ain't got to split it 4 ways. We can split it 3. And they made sure that they tailored their contract as such, right? So they put him out the
Mm-hmm.
group. He went bye-bye. And that's fine. And I don't think that they wouldn't be okay with Mike coming back, but
No, they don't want him back.
they don't.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
He
okay.
said he tried to come back.
Oh, and they told him no. Okay.
Mm-mm. They
Um,
good for our years. I'm like, dang.
okay, well,
But you need
you
that
do know
divorce though.
little known fact. Little known fact. You know
You need
Boyz II
that.
Men was a 5 member group initially.
I remember.
The guy that was the lead singer of As Yet was the 5th member of Boyz II Men. And he left and went with As Yet. And we see where Boyz II Men is. And I think they only had one album with As Yet. And I
Last
said, with
night
last night.
I was inside of
Last
you.
night.
Inside of you.
I saw the
The
sun,
the
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 moon,
the
the
moon
mountains and
is
the
a
rivers. I
river.
saw
Oh no.
heaven.
Is it what's the
Oh,
and then they did the remake of the Chicago song. It's hard for me to say I'm sorry. That
yeah,
was the
they did do that.
I
Um,
love that song. I got Ash yet on my
playlist.
playlist.
You know,
But you know, I'ma always have Boys to Men on my playlist. Don't play
listen,
no games with it.
listen. Let me tell you, when one guy get to shaking their head, you know.
Girl, but
We
have you heard his boys though?
Yes,
His
we Jalen and
boys.
I were listening to their album because they have an album out now.
What?
And Jalen and I were listening to their album like last week sometime. Yeah, yeah. They got an album out. One More
Oh
has
my
an
gosh.
album. Y'all go check that out.
I'm gonna have to check
Um,
it
yep.
out.
Them little boys is singing, honey. Um,
Girl. Wasn't they on the NAACP singing?
I didn't
Or
watch
was it
the
a
NAA.
BET Awards?
I didn't
They,
see them.
it was a BET Awards, the BET something. It was something they were
Maybe it was
singing.
one of them. They probably was. I wasn't there. So we're not gonna hold y'all because we gotta get to sex life, but two things I want to talk about as far as these Oscars are concerned. I do want to say congratulations to all the winners, especially my guy Data. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all don't know who Data is? Go to
Watch
the
the
Goonies,
Goonies
and
and in
Indiana
Indiana
Jones.
Jones.
My boy won. He won him an
I
Oscar
said,
last
I
night
said, I told my mom, I said, Mama, that's the dude from the Goonies.
from the
He said,
Goonies.
what? I said, Mama, you remember the Goonies about the kids going underground to try to find
And
the
they
buried
find the
treasure?
chip. Mm-hmm.
She was like, yeah, yeah. I said, you
The
remember the
little
little
Asian boy.
Chinese,
Mm-hmm.
the little Asian boy that had all
Mm-hmm.
them contractions that never worked and stuff? She said, yeah. I said, that's him. She said, ooh, he aged. That's an 80-year-old woman, though. I'm like,
Oh my God. Make it stop. Not Clem over here telling somebody dating the age. Okay,
I was like,
so shout
Mama.
out to him. I was a little happy for that. I think Harrison Ford actually was on stage. They did a side by side picture of
Yeah,
Harrison
because he
Ford.
presented that
He presented
award.
the award. Okay, so Harrison Ford gave him a hug. They did the side by side of when Harrison Ford gave him a hug in Indiana Jones. It was cute. I liked it. So let's get to
The
the elephant.
woman who played the mama on Crazy Rich Asian, she won Best Actress.
Right, she did, and that was
Michelle.
expected.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that was
Yo.
expected. I'm proud. I have not seen the movie yet. My child said it was good. Everybody that I've talked to that have seen it said it was really, really good. So I'm going to check it out. Um, now to the elephant in the room.
Now y'all know dang well Angela Bassett should have got Best Supporting Actress.
She did an amazing job as the Queen Mother in Wakanda Forever. She did a good job. She was did her thing in their movie. And let's talk about the many, many years of dedication to her craft. She is, to me, one of the best actors of our time. And she's amazing. She and Courtney, let me tell y'all something. If them children don't act, I'ma know something. Cause Courtney is good too. I don't care what nobody says.
Mhm.
Courtney is that dude, okay? So they're really, really good at what they do. And so for her not to get acknowledged for that, it kind of stung a little bit. And let me also say this: Oscars so white, which they're not, because some Asian people won this time. But Oscar so white has meaning because that representation is not there. Also, a big, big surprising snub was The Woman King. They did not get nominated at
For
all for
nothing.
anything. I was super shocked because that was good, baby. That's on the Netflix right now, baby. Listen,
Yep.
it was good. I was drawn in. A lot of people had problems with the Woman King and a woman ain't supposed to be no king and da 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 da.
But they had
And
that in
supervisor
Africa.
covers.
What's what they people don't realize? This is
If
based
you go
on
back in history,
accuracy.
yeah,
Okay.
if you
Come
go back in
on.
history, and that was based on a real live tribe, right? The Dahomey, and the Amazonian warriors. Now, everybody think you get the Amazons from Wonder Woman, and no, that's not the case. That's not the truth. The Amazonian women or the Amazonian tribe, they were called the Dahomies, and they fought like they was an army, right? So I saw it. Everybody in that movie was phenomenal. Okay. There should have been Viola should have been nominated, man. The girl that was in it, I don't know her name. She should have been nominated. Even what's his name? The dude that played in the Star Wars. I don't know his name.
I know what you're talking about.
He's English and African.
Mm-hmm.
He should have been. They did a good. It was a well thought out, well film. I mean, from the dance routines, to the choreography for the fights, everything was like on point, right?
Mm-hmm.
They fought the colonizers. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that should have gotten nominated. And so there are a lot of people who are saying that for us to be complaining about us not being in the Oscars, we need to just be okay with our own. And I'm okay with that. We got the NAACP, we got the BET Awards, we got the Trumpet Awards. We have different award programs for Black people that had to be created because we were not recognized on the bigger stage. But here's my thing: y'all need to recognize us on the bigger stage
Mm-hmm.
of the world, Craig. Cause if we just kept it black, I'm for us creating our own spaces. I absolutely am. But if you talking about we all together and we in this kumbaya, blah 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 blah, I want to be recognized on the big stage too.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, not sorry. I want to be recognized on the big stage. That's where I am with that. So we gotta be we have to do it, and I hate that we have to fight for certain things, but we should be able to be vocal about their representation not being represented in the right way. So I'm proud of her for getting nominated. Shout out to Angela Bassett. We
But shout out to what was the costume director who won for best costume for Wakanda Forever?
Oh, girl, she win every year. I know who you talking about. She won the last time for for Black Panther. That girl is amazing. She is awesome. I think her name is Rita. It's gonna come to me.
Mm-hmm. It's
She is
Rita something. Yeah.
Rita.com, and she is amazing. So shout out to her for winning. We gotta we need we if we on the big screen and we selling out theaters and people going to watch our movies, we need to be nominated at least.
Mm-hmm.
And if we are the better performer, that again, I'm going to reserve that comment until I see the everything everywhere all at once, until I see that movie, because then I might be like, yeah, I feel like Angela should have won, but Jamie deserved the award because she did a good job. So I'm gonna look at that and I'm gonna see what it's about before I put it out there, because sometimes two things can be true, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jamie could have did a very good job in that movie and could have been very deserving of that award. But then
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Angela probably should have won. That those two things could still be true. Um, so we'll see. I'm gonna watch it. Hopefully sometime this week I'll have time to catch it. And then I will report back here. Okay, next week. Um, the fashions at the Oscars were, the fashions at the Oscars. Um, Nobody really stood out to me. Really.
I enjoyed Rihanna's performance.
You did? You
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed that Barbadian praise and worship song? Hallelujah, lift me up. That's a praise and worship song. I don't care what
Mm-hmm.
nobody say. They're gonna
Well,
be, I'm telling you, they're gonna be
she,
singing it in church real soon. Um
you so silly. I'm not even fooling with you. You know that, right? I'm not fooling with you.
it's fine. You ain't got to. I didn't see anything. I didn't even watch clips. I gotta go back and watch clips. I saw some
Mm.
of the fashions on the red carpet. But let me tell you what stood out to me. The Vanity Fair party, where the attire was sheer in some shape or form. Sierra wore a completely sheer dress with a thong on. Her boobies might have been covered with something because I didn't see no nipples.
Right.
Um, and a
I
lot
think it was the way the dress was, the black part. It
may
was a
have covered
black
it.
covered it. It was like a little V bathing suit or whatever you call it, because they had to cover her cootie cat, and then
Right,
she had the thong and stuff.
right.
So
So a lot of people had a problem with this. Here is my comment on it. First of all, let me say
her
this, and they keep bringing
husband,
Lizzo up. I need y'all to
her
stop bringing
husband,
Lizzo up, okay?
her husband had no problems with it.
Y'all want to talk about the look on his face? That man knew what that woman was putting on. He wasn't shocked. He knew before they left the house, the hotel room, wherever they left to come to the Vanity Fair or party after the Oscars. That man knew
Mm-hmm.
what that woman had on. There were several other women there that were also dressed in the sheer attire. Okay, listen up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this, and it might step on some people's toes, and that's fine.
Mm.
Understand, if I had the body that Sierra has, y'all might get a share something. I'm not even gonna lie, okay?
And Rihanna did the same thing when she had her body
And they
looking
said
good.
nothing about Rihanna's dress. They said, but if Lizzo do it, y'all got a problem with it.
Well,
So,
okay. I don't have a problem. Well, Lizzo dress was not properly made. It looked like she just put on something that was sheer and it wasn't tailored well.
well,
I can say
but
that.
I'm not even gonna go there. I'm just saying, just in the past, when Lizzo
Mm-hmm.
wears certain things because she
Mm-hmm.
out and about, you know what I'm saying, or in the concert
Yeah.
attire or whatever that looks like, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Um, you want I need y'all to stop trying to make up narratives. If you don't want your wife to dress like that, just say that. Okay? Yes,
Mm-hmm.
there are other women that were more covered up than Sierra and the other women that was at the party
Mm-hmm.
that was not covered,
Mm-hmm.
because there were women there other than Sierra that were probably married that were not covered up.
Was not.
Was not, but we choose the black girl, and y'all been on Sierra's neck since she left Future. She left Future for a reason. Y'all see this man's toxic and out here still creating babies with women and ain't claiming them. So y'all gonna continue to stay on this lady's neck when she got a husband. She got 2 more kids by that man. Okay,
And she looks dang good.
and she looks good. Listen, let me lose about 15, 20 pounds. Oh, y'all gonna get all this body, yada, 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 yada. I'm just saying.
Oh, stop! Stop! You torturing me because that was one of the songs in Zumba. Oh, I was like, oh
That's a
god.
good song for Zumba.
I know, but the stuff that she had us doing, I was like,
Oh,
oh.
I got
I
you.
said, oh. I said,
Listen,
I
y'all
don't.
gonna get
I,
it.
I
Y'all
realized
gonna
I
get the
don't know how to twerk. I'm one of them women that don't know how to twerk.
poor boo. It's okay. Were there white people around you? Because I feel
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Were they twerking better than you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I want to talk nobody that, but okay. All right, girl.
I'm being transparent.
Okay, we can be
I can
transparent.
do this. That's all I can do.
Oh,
But
baby. Um. So yeah, this is where we are. Let me drop about 15, 20 pounds. Y'all finna get some. The stomach gonna be out. The breasts might be out if they get a look, because I don't want no hanging tit. Y'all don't want to see that. But
no, y'all just gonna see my silhouette. That's all. I don't even
I'm
have to
just
show you my
saying,
body.
let me
Y'all
get.
gonna see my
If I look
silhouette.
like Sierra, baby, I might be naked every day. I just need y'all to understand and know. I ain't got no problem with it. But because I have these roles, I'm gonna keep them locked up tight so y'all won't get to see them. But I'm saying y'all gotta stop. And a lot of women that will comment on it, y'all can't wear it.
Y'all can't wear it.
You hating cause you ain't got that body, baby. You hating cause you ain't working out in the gym like that, baby. That's what you hating on. Real talk. If that man's if that man didn't have no problem with his wife walking out the hotel or whatever, he knew what she was styled
No,
in.
no. He knew y'all was gonna be hating. He knew y'all was gonna be hating.
Cause y'all keep y'all foot on that girl's neck. Keep it on her neck.
And he's like, go ahead, because if you ain't got no haters, then you ain't doing something right. If I ain't got haters, I ain't doing my job. Something's not wrong. I'm gonna always gonna have haters. Okay, so let's talk about the sex life.
Sex Life episode season 2. Okay. So we start off with okay, so my theory was wrong. Last year we had theories going into okay, so what did we think? Well, we talked about the husband was looking at her at the phone, and so the husband knew where she was going. So he was brushing his teeth. He looked like he ain't had no problem with it. So I was like, maybe they had an agreement. Maybe they discussed it. And he said, go on with your boyfriend. This chick at work been checking me out. So I'm going to go on over here and do that. And then we just come back together. I thought they was going to have an open marriage. When that girl got back to that house, that man said, listen, I want a divorce. So you can be with your boyfriend. He didn't even listen to her. She was like, so we ain't do nothing. He got somebody else. But he wouldn't let her talk. And she said, this ain't about him. This is about us. And here's my thing again. I understand now because I was saying last season, why, white woman, you live in a big old house. You got kids. You got a fine husband. Explain to me what's going on. But I also understand what my friend like to call, excuse my language, husband did. So I understand that. I said, excuse my language. I, I understand that. Now, I have never had, well, there have been some people that have disappointed me. Everybody ain't been the top 10 stellar performance. But I'm a but I on a regular and consistent basis, that's not something that I would enjoy. So I get it. I understand now. Come on back on this camera. Don't do that. Come back. We grown. I understand it. So I don't know if you remember this comedian, but the comedian was like, um, he was
I'm
like,
tr- I'm trying not to eat anything because I'm also doing intermittent fasting.
oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to take you off your journey.
I'm trying not to eat, but go ahead. I'm hungry. Zuma got me hungry, but go ahead.
Um, but the comedian was like, married, when the married couple have been together for a long time, when they be like, whose is it? What's my name? Stanley. I don't know why you ask me what your name is all the time. It's the same thing. That sort of thing. So
That's like that's some more that said something like
was
this.
that some more? I don't know who
This,
it was. I thought it was a dude that said that. Okay, at any rate, you can get caught up in your life, doing life, kids, work. She was taking care of the house. He was working. She gave up her career
because she
to,
was almost done with getting her PhD.
she was almost done getting her PhD. So she gave up her career and her life to be his wife. And a lot of times as women, we get caught up in, so I can have a mate. Let me die down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can let him be great. And I don't know if that was an intentional thing, but it was, okay, you're gonna be at this house raising the kids, and all of their friends. I'm sorry, that was the arrangement that all the friends had. They raised their kids. The wives stayed at home. The husbands went and worked on Wall Street or wherever they worked as attorneys or whatever, and they got to live their dreams and their life the way they wanted to live it. So I understand now why she was unhappy. I was upset at first because I was like, girl, listen, let a man tell me I ain't got to work. Now I'm not gonna stop working. I'm just gonna do my own thing. I'm probably gonna have a business. I'm gonna be a socialite. Y'all have a nanny at the house to take care of the kids. Anyway, you hung around your kids. Now I'm gonna say that you just leave the kids at the house with the nanny hopelessly, and because you was there with the nanny was nannying, but you was, being a mama still. So you weren't that mama. But baby, I would be out in the streets. I couldn't be in the house 24/7 with no kids. I remember my mama had recommended that I homeschool one of my children. And I'm the parent. You ever see that meme? If Billy had 5 apples and he gave away 3, that's me. Cause I can't. I can't be at home homeschooling my kids. That's not gonna work for me neither. It has worked for many a parent. I am not that parent. I feel like there are people who have more patience
Mm-hmm.
to teach the children. Now, can I teach at home? I absolutely can. My children learn a lot from me. However, what Faith ain't finna do is be your full-time teacher, because Faith gonna go upside your head. You gonna
Mm-hmm.
be scared to learn around me, and I don't want that. I want you to be free to learn the things you need to learn, right? So I couldn't do that. But she did it, and a lot of women want to stay at home and raise their kids, and that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. And to
Mm-hmm.
be able to have the freedom to do that, I just want the freedom to do it. I'm not going to sit around with no kids all day. I just want the freedom. So, husband, whoever you may be, free me, okay? So I can be free to do what I want to do, okay? And
Mm-hmm.
then you could be the alpha male, and I could be whomever, but free me. That's all I'm saying. So, so you're having to deal with your happiness. So all of that was wrapped up. She getting the husband deed. She had to die down so her husband could succeed and be successful and be out here in these streets and doing whatever, whatever, whatever. And she felt a little neglected because dude, yeah, he came home every night, but if he got a late night, he coming home late at night because he had a meeting or whatever. And I'm here with these kids, and you out here in the streets working and living your life, having drinks with the boys after work, blah 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 blah. So should they have sat down and talked to a counselor? I think so. I think their marriage could have been saved, but that darn Brad kept showing up even when she got a new boyfriend, because they were going through the divorce, they were separated. She had an apartment in the city. He was staying with his brother. Well, he wasn't staying with his brother. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But the arrangement was he would be at the house half of the time while she would be in the city. When she was in the city, she went to school, she taught classes, she did her thing. Then she would go home for however many days, and he would stay with his brother. Well, he decided that him and the Asian chick, his aka his boss, was gonna be booed up. He didn't deal with what he needed to deal with though. So he attached, because men who've been married in long-term relationships, they got to be attached to something else. It can't just be I want to be a player out in these streets. Woohoo! I got a divorce. No, I need companionship. I was married. Let's go do this again. That's why you hear of people getting married right after they done got divorced. It's people,
and it's mostly the men. It is mostly the men that do that
you
kind
have
of.
your occasional Elizabeth Taylor, but
Yeah.
for the most part, these men be out here wifing people up, get tired of them, throw them to the side, wife up somebody else. Who has that much money? Who, Sway? Who? So, with that being said, he had to deal with that. They ended up getting fired because they got caught because he just couldn't keep.
Well, I think he didn't get fired. She got fired.
Correct. She got
And
fired.
then he went off on them and left.
And left. He quit the
And
job.
so my question is, how was he making money?
He got another job.
Where did he get another job at?
He went to Morgan Stanley, where he came from. He left Morgan Stanley to go there. He went back to Morgan Stanley.
Okay.
He just didn't tell her that he left. He quit the other job. He didn't tell her that. So he left and went to Morgan Stanley, which he didn't like Morgan Stanley when he was working there. But what you gonna do? You still got this house out in Connecticut that you probably got a house note for, and you still got to take care of these kids, and probably got to pay her spousal support because you make more money than she does because she wasn't working. You know, she was at the house taking care of your kids, and you got to pay the nanny, who is a living nanny now, because y'all niggas can't get this together. Okay, so so there's that, and we're gonna put a pause on him real quick. So sister girl, what's her name? Lord, I'm supposed to be calling names. I ain't doing a good job of this. Wait a minute. Let me
go ahead and talk about it, and I look at it up.
So Billy, I'm sorry, I should know this. Billy. So Billy, gets a boyfriend. She's out. She's doing her thing. Her friend Sasha is like, "Girl, you is free. We finna get out in these streets. We finna be We finna be So they doing their thing. They going out, being the good girlfriends that they are and always have been, and what they were in the past before, they got together. And then appears this beautiful man from Persia named Majid. And Majid is doing it for Billy. Okay. So they decide to get together. They have a lot of the same traits. They got a lot in common. He's a dreamer. She's a dreamer. They're doing their thug thizzle and they little thing. Oh, okay.
Pasta and lobster balls.
Okay, can I have a fork though?
Sure.
So they doing their thing and they're enjoying each other. And I'm loving to see Billy here. And Then I'm sick of Brad. At this point, I was like, so Brad, you was gonna pop up everywhere. Brad is one of the investors in this man's restaurant. Brad. But Billy was like, I'm okay, I'm fine. No, she wasn't. And so
Because Brad has a model girlfriend who he got pregnant.
who he got pregnant, if y'all remember from the first season, um, Billy was pregnant by Brad at one point in time, and she ended up losing the baby. So put all that in the bowl and mix it up. So there are mixed emotions there. And let me say this: you always have that one person who can get it at any time, right? You got that one person that you know that if y'all was left alone, it might not be safe for y'all to be alone in the room together because that person still does it for you. Okay. Brad is her person. That's it for her. Okay. That's her guy. So with that being said, um, she is rattled to no end. She then finds out that Majid has something going on with one of his investors because in order for her agreement was that they would be doing the do in order for her to invest in his restaurant. And so Majid didn't want to ask his family. Majid said he would lay the pipe and prostitute himself so he can get this investor. She finds that out the same night that she actually gets to see the model girlfriend pregnant.
And the model girlfriend was asking her all kinds of questions.
Like, sis, why you asking me all these questions? We not friends.
I think she just did that to rub it in her face, to be honest with you.
She was genuinely asking the questions. I don't think she was trying to rub.
I know she was genuinely asking the questions, but she did it because she knew she had to know who she was. She had to know.
I'm gonna say no because Brad was not a good communicator. She figured it out. Let me tell you why.
When that lawsuit, when he was going through that lawsuit,
Correct. She always knew that she wasn't the one, right?
mm-hmm.
She knew she wasn't the one. You just so happened to get pregnant, and he just so happened to say, "Okay, well, let's go and make this work. Let's go on and be a family." So she knew she wasn't his person.
Mm-hmm.
But she went along to get along, right?
Right.
But she couldn't put her finger on who his person was until she saw Billy. Her wheels started turning when she was asking the questions, and then Billy had to leave.
Okay. Hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Because if this woman, the woman that played the neighbor's wife, that's the home girl from Degrassi.
Yeah, you ain't know that.
No. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
So she was clearly upset over Majid, and then Brad walks in with the girl, and Brad is enamored with her too. Like, come on, Brad is giving her the googly eyes and the looks and the stuff, and so it's a problem, right? But again, Gigi has not picked up on it as of yet. She knows something's wrong and something's a little off, but she can't put her finger on it, right? So she doesn't talk to Majid. Meanwhile, her husband is acting crazy. She trying to figure out why he at home. He was like, I'm just here, dog. He is supposed to be booed up and staying with. He got stuff at the Asian chick's house. What's her name?
Francesca.
Francesca. because she lost her job. Now, let me tell you why she lost her job. A lot of people might say that's so unfair. Since you were his boss,
Mm-hmm.
and legally, that leaves the company open to a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
So
You can go both ways.
it goes both ways. You paid the cost to be the boss, and you lost your job. That's what it was. So, with that being said, she was like, "Oh, we should get married," and he was like, "Oh, wait a minute." In his mind, he thinking, "Dog, this ain't that. We can start our own firm. We can do anything." He was like,
Hold on, I'm not even divorced yet. And you talking about we need to get
"Well,
married?
see, but here's the thing. Let's talk about false
Divorce,
hope. Let's talk
the
about the false
divorce.
hope he gave her.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
You let her meet your kids.
Mm-hmm.
You let her meet your kids. She done made cookies with the baby. They liked the lady. You done had them around, and you ain't even sure about the lady because you are letting your emotions and your hurt and your pain lead and guide you through this journey. Because you go to get some Chinese food after you done got through sleeping with the girl. You go get some Chinese food and then you bone a girl in the bathroom.
I don't think he had his whole phase. You know how most guys have their whole phase? I don't think he really
You don't
had
think he
one.
did?
No.
That's interesting.
Because he
Um,
went buck wild.
he wilded out.
He went buck wild. And then he had that friend who ain't a friend, his frenemy. I'm gonna call him his frenemy. Cause
Cause
didn't he
they
kind
get
of,
him in trouble.
yeah. And didn't he also tell on him with Francesca?
Snitched, man. Snitched. But he wasn't happy in his own situation. Um, him and his wife tried different things to make their marriage work. They were genuinely unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
And he did some crazy stuff in the first season. He did some really crazy stuff in the first season that made you kind of like him, but then not like him and hate him and like, oh my God, it was a problem. So, hmm, that idiot, we're going to get to him in a minute. He's going through this. So let's talk about Sasha real quick and this fine doctor, baby, because that man was fine. Could nobody say that man got the slightly little green eyes. He could be the next Michael MF and Ely. I'm just gonna say that because Michael Ely is a problem. Every time he show up in a movie or a show, Michael Ely is a problem. I need y'all to understand. He fine, but he a problem. So, so that brother loved that woman. He had proposed to her. Her grandmama. Let me tell y'all some women. Women.
Will mess you up.
We mess each other up, giving each other crazy advice. We mess each other up doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
do a sidebar real quick. One of my homeboys on Facebook made a post about a girl who started some stuff. It caused her mom to do something to her boyfriend on her birthday or before her birthday. And she was the cause of it. It was her fault. She admitted that she did what was wrong. So the radio host was like, "You need to call that man and apologize to that man and buy him a gift. It's your birthday, but buy him a gift." The radio the female radio announcer was like, "It's your birthday. You ain't gotta call that man. He need to call you. He need to wish you a happy birthday." I'm like, okay, so the double side of that is if you're wrong, you need to apologize.
Right.
Period. You wrong, you need to definitely apologize. But not only do you need to apologize, I'm not saying go buy the man a gift this your birthday. I'm not gonna say that. I am gonna say that you need to apologize and you need to keep your mama out your business. Because that's gonna keep you manless. Unless you got a man who is spineless.
Keep mamas out your
Keep mama
business.
out your business, okay? Um, so Sasha listened to her grandmother because she had the opportunity to go to Columbia for grad school. Her boyfriend at the time, turned fiance, was going to Stanford Medical School. Now, I am a career-minded woman. Again, like I said before, I want the option to not have to go to work. I ain't gonna stop working. I want the option. I want to be retired. Okay. I want you to retire me, son. Okay. That man is a doctor. He had a whole program that he created and he makes money. Okay. And you listen to your grandmama and stayed in New York. Now, keep in mind, no, you would not have had the career that you had. But you had to fake you had to kind of try to hide your relationship, put it on the back burner for your career. On the flip side of that, that man didn't want you to put your career on the back burner. He didn't care anything about that. He wanted you to be who you were, still do your stuff, and he was willing to continue to be your mate. Period. He didn't want you not to go to grad school. He was just saying, she was like, well, I ain't applied to no grad school on the West Coast. Well, man, figure that out. We'll figure it out when we get there. You smart enough to get into Columbia. You're going to be smart enough to get into any grad school out in California. She listened to her grandma. Grandma showed up to the release of her book. And it was at that moment when she had the second conversation with her grandma, she mentioned the guy. And she was like, so you still running after that man? No, I ain't running after him. I'm running after love, baby. Because me, and I'm not going to say being independent is going to keep you single. I'm not going to say that at all. That man was willing to let that woman live her dream. He was willing to do it. There is somebody, if we want to live our dreams, there's somebody out there that we don't have to die down for. We don't have to make ourselves small to make them look big. We can both shine together. We can be Beyonce and Jay-Z. We can be give me somebody else, Michelle and Barack. We can be people who can shine together. We ain't got to be, oh, I'm at the house taking care of the kids. Woe is me. I'm unhappy. What I liked about Sasha a lot is when she was unapologetically herself, but she was missing something, and that was the love of her life. And she realized that, and she was finna go move with that man. She went off on the guy who was trying to control her career. That's another thing. Oh my God. You know what? I think this whole thing, I'm still going back to Escape. Tasha, leave that man. That man is controlling your life and your career and ordering your steps, and it ain't being ordered by the Lord. Listen, I need women to stop doing that. You can live out your dreams and be you without having to die down. And the submissive conversation, and we continue to have this conversation because guys want us to be barefoot pregnant and cook their dinner and have a meal ready for them when they come home, which is the dumbest crap ever. Learn how to boil some water, okay? I'm just saying. What baffles me is that we think in order to be in a healthy relationship, somebody has to not shine. Somebody has to be little and the other person has to be big. And that's our issue. Our issue is, no, I can support what you got going on and you can support what I got going on and we can be great together. You grinding, I'm grinding, we grinding together. I'm making sure your business is straight, you making sure my business is straight. I'm supporting you. We can do that together. That man was willing to do that with her. And what we do as Black women is we don't allow. I'm hating this conversation, the simp conversation. Russell Wilson and Sierra, and we were talking about them earlier. Russell allows that girl to do what she needs to do. She's able to be a creative artist. If she want to sing, she can sing. If she don't want to sing, she don't have to sing. She can make a little dance video. She can do whatever she wants to do. He gives her the freedom to do it. If that girl wants to do another album, go on tour, I'm sure he will make it happen. He made sure she had her masters. Y'all know how long it take artists to get their masters?
Mm-hmm. A
If they
long
didn't
time.
write and publish them, it's a long time. Snoop Dogg just got his masters not too long ago. And that man been in the game much longer than Sierra had. His folks still ain't got that. Mace, let me tell you, Mace is still mad at P. Diddy right now because he ain't got his master. That man did not feel like Sierra had to die down or not be who she was to be with him. That man said, because of who you are, I am lucky to be with you. We gotta stop having this tug of war between men and women in our community. If we continue to have
Mm-hmm.
this tug of war, we all gonna be single. And y'all gonna be Kevin Samuelin over here, and we're gonna be independent woman over here. And a lot of us, I'm going to say this. Now, that was not Sasha's case because Sasha had the man had proposed to her and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us have had to become independent because because we ain't had no choice. Do you think I want to be paying all these bills by myself?
I'm tradition. I mean, I'm modern by choice. Is there an
I
echo?
I don't I don't want to do life by myself. That ain't what I want. I don't want that. I don't want it. Um, and I'm not going to belittle my mate, but I
Mm-mm.
also don't want my mate to belittle me. I don't want my mate to be like, "No, you can't do that because that's gonna make me look crazy. I'm gonna look like a simp." What kind of crap? Who created this? This makes no sense. Oh my god, my child. Oh wow. I just feel like we got to stop with the foolishness and the craziness. We need to be supportive of one another and we need to stop with the stupid stuff. Kevin Samuels is dead. Let's leave him where he is. I'm sorry. I don't mean no harm, but that man in the grave, and we need to stop pretending like we finna be the next Kevin Samuels. We also don't need to be bashing brothers left and right. Now, let me say this. I will say this. There is a situation in which men are not supportive of women, where women have stood 10 toes down for you, for black women. I'm not gonna say women. I'm gonna say black women. Let me get back to the show. So Sasha figures it out. They end up having their happily ever after because she stopped listening to her agent and her grandmama. And she, realizes I can be successful and have love. You can't have one or the other. Um, Majid, Majid didn't last long.
He sure did. Because Majid didn't want to be a daddy.
Not for
Majid,
real.
Majid was like, no, I don't like this. How about we just have it the way it was? And she's like, well, I'm a mama.
And I can't have it the way it was. And you
I'm a
shouldn't have
mama.
agreed to be around my kids and meet my kids if this wasn't really what you wanted.
And if you couldn't handle it.
Right. So
Now I blame her because I know.
What?
When it comes to because it was the episode, the part when he went to the game and got lost.
He didn't go to the game. They didn't make it to the game. They called
Okay.
him, right? And something happened at the restaurant. Somebody quit, and he had to go to the restaurant. And he was like, I can't. So they went to the restaurant. The baby goes in the kitchen to say, hey, I want some water. That startles one of the cooks in the kitchen, and the kitchen catches on fire. And he runs the baby out of the kitchen and says, you ain't supposed to be here. And sits him down at the front and leaves him there so he can go take care of the fire in the building. Um, and then the baby runs out and goes to the park. And guess who was there to help find the baby? Old Brad. um, Emily, who, if I'm not mistaken, might have been an ex of the husband's, an ex of Cooper's, pops back up into the picture.
She was the one that got away.
And she was the one that got away. He wasn't ready for her at the time, but he's now ready for her. And so our girl Billy graduates from grad school. She took time for her, and I'm glad that she took the time for her. Her dissertation got approved. She graduated, and she got out of there. And they were able to kind of have their little blended family situation. His brother and his husband was there. The he was there with Emily. The kids were there. The nanny was there. And she was pretty happy. Her friend was there. Then her friend gets married, and she does this elaborate speech, really, really good. And then Brad then got invited to the wedding because the friend was like, "So this is who you're supposed to be with, and we're gonna quit playing these games because I want you to, I want you to be happy like I am." And so she and Brad, they finally do it. They tie the knot. Now, I think this is the end of this story. I would like to think that this is the end of the story.
Because what else can you do?
Because what else can you get? Because you got your man. I would have liked to see Billy be a little bit more successful.
Mm-hmm. Well, we ended where she's being pregnant again.
She's pregnant again. But I would have liked to see her like as a best-selling author, like her friend was or something. Because her dissertation really could have been turned into a book. Real talk. And the journal, I'm glad she turned that journal into that. Into her dissertation paper. Did I miss anything?
No, not really. No, not really.
Oh, yes, I did. So the one friend had a massage therapist. Her birthday. The massage therapist
rocked her world.
Goes down yonder, and the other friend, Trina, was gonna snitch, and she was like, "Okay, so listen, once a week, that man does me good, okay." And my husband does not, because y'all thought I didn't like sex. It's not that I don't like sex. I just don't like it with my husband. That goes back to the husband, D. Goes back to the husband, D.
I cannot.
You get in your ways. Say my name. What's my name? Stanley. That's where you are. And that's fine. That's cool. But you have that period of time where you want some different flavors, and the massage therapist was her flavor. So she got her standing appointment once a week to go get this massage in the city, honey, and she is for it,
Happen.
okay? And then you got Trina who needed the strength to leave and find her niche because she wanted to go back to work and she wanted to feel worth something. And she
Oh
was
yeah.
really miserable. Huh?
And, and when she tried to get that job back and they was looking at her all kinds of crazy.
She was like, girl, how many followers you got on social media? I got 1,000 followers on Facebook. She said, girl, Facebook. Huh? That's so old and
She's
played.
like, my mom is on Facebook. I'm like,
Right.
dang.
So she had to pivot and she had to do something different with her life. She found her niche and she left that man. So the divorce buddies decided to go on a cocaine binge night that ended with Trina's ex-husband getting his thing gnawed off. Oh, because the lady was, yes, that's what happened. Because of the car accident, she bit down and bit it off. Yes. So, so he got a implant, a wee implant that he has to pump up to make it do what it needs to do. And he was showing the guys at the gym, and the man said, I don't want to see that. But all the guys were like, woo, I want to see. I was like, really? Really?
I
Yeah.
tripped out. I was like, you know what? I think I'm done after that. I said I was done. I was done.
Oh,
I was like,
we went from seeing rats all natural last season. I was like, that's why Billy don't want you. Right there. Ah, that's why Billy is done. She's tired of this husband D. She's tired of it. um, this was interesting. I liked it. I enjoyed this season. And it's a running thing, and I like things. I like messages and all that good stuff. Behind some good old steamy, you know what? So
of course you do.
yeah, this is where we are in life. Um, so yeah, that's all I have on the sex life part 2. Anything we got going on? Anything we're watching?
What am I watching? I did watch the documentary about the murders.
Let me tell y'all something. That man has to be the dumbest criminal ever.
Girl, hold on. I'm still tripping. How you gonna pay somebody to shoot and kill you and they fail?
And they failed. Not only that, your son was on the phone and they heard you call your son's name. You said you was in the house sleep. Sir, you knew the baby was on the phone. What you do with his phone? Why you ain't get his phone? You an attorney now. Maybe you ain't the right type of attorney for this. Maybe
But
you didn't
however, they were able to hide a lot of other stuff with other murders.
They were able to hide a whole lot of other stuff. He was a part of a law firm. He wasn't a criminal attorney in the law firm. They probably got the criminal attorneys to work on hiding the other stuff. Him having to do it on his own didn't work, and he didn't have the resources that he had before to hide and cover up the other stuff. Okay? He had the same resources. So because the law firm was done with him because he was taking the customers, the people's money at the law firm, right? Because you greedy. Your 10, 20, 30, 30, and the 30% wasn't enough for you. You had to take these people's money. I mean, you took $500,000 from your maid. Your wife killed your maid. Let's talk about that.
Killed the man.
$500,000, and it was another $1 million check that the boys were supposed to be getting. You took that. You put that in your pocket. They got $25,000 a piece. You kept the rest of the money.
Then you mad your wife about to leave you. What did the son do to you to make you kill your son? That's what I want to know.
think that's the son that was killing everybody because he killed the girl on the boat.
Right, right. But I'm just saying, I wanted to know what did he. I know the reason why he wanted to kill. He killed his wife because his wife was filing for divorce, allegedly.
And I'm thinking maybe the son might have saw something. I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy.
But I just thought it was just very, very stupid that
He's
you pay
dumb.
somebody to try to kill you and they miss.
And they missed. And they
And
got, hold on.
then
The other thing is you got cameras on your property, man. The cameras caught you giving the man the guns. That's the other part of that. You ain't know to scrub your cameras, fool. You ain't scrub your cameras, dummy. You gave this man all these guns and this ammunition and stuff to kill you, and you ain't scrubbed your cameras.
I'm like,
You are the dumbest. You deserve all million of them years they gave you in jail. You deserve that, okay? You deserve that. You go to prison. That's what
how
you
about
need to
that?
do.
How about that? You go to prison.
Go to jail. Don't collect $200. Don't pass. Go straight to jail. You can't even get on Baltic Avenue. Go on to jail, okay? You ain't say Monopoly. Go on over there to the jailhouse.
I said that's a clear case of his mama did not like him at all.
Baby, they dropped him on the head. How he get through law school and he is not able to critically think? And you can't, don't tell me it was the drugs, sir. Don't, because even I've known some attorneys to be on the drugs and they still know how to go and win a case. Annalise Keaton was a whole alcoholic and she went in there and taught them children how to get away with murder. Yo dumb behind. Sir, that man was dumb. I was like, this man deserves all this time they giving him. He deserves every day, every minute, every second, every hour. He deserves it all.
And then try to make sure that the police know, well, my son, hey, he's been getting death threats because such and such because of the killing of such and such and such and such. I'm like, Lord Jesus, just shut up. Just
Them
shut
folk
up.
didn't like you, but they knew better than it. They were scared to even. Let me tell you how bad the folk was scared to do the documentary. That man said, "I'm scared to be sitting right here talking to you right now," and that man in jail. Cause they still one of their immediate members of the family is free. Okay. Listen. I'm not
But
gonna
like I
hold
said, it was interesting.
that man he
I,
deserved every day that he has gotten to go to jail. He deserves it. Absolutely.
right.
Sir, go to jail. Cause how you don't scrub the videotape on your own property is beyond me. How? You
And
called your son's name and he was on the phone with you and it's recorded. You didn't think, let me move this phone. Let me get this phone.
and then not only that, he did a Snapchat that stamped the time.
Correct.
It stamped the time.
And you heard gunshots in the background. So this is what I'm thinking happened. Let me tell you, let me paint a picture for you real quick. That baby heard them gunshots when his mama got killed. And went looking to see what he could see. And the daddy thought the baby saw what had happened. And that's how the baby got killed. That's what I think happened. Because you hear the gunshots, and that's what it was. It was Snapchat. You hear the gunshots in the Snapchat. And then you hear that man calling his son's name. At the time, you said you were supposed to be asleep.
I thought at the time he was with his visit his mama.
I thought that man told them he was in the house
He
sleep.
said he was visiting his mama. That's where he was, and he was coming back from visiting his mama.
Listen, child, he done told so many lies. I don't know what to believe and what not to believe. I don't know what lies true or what lies a lie. I don't know. But that man was stupid. Real quick, I'm not gonna hold y'all because we got to get out of here because I'm getting sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you let me tell y'all something. I don't know what y'all done did to Joe, but I don't like it. This last season right here, I need y'all to go back to the drawing board and do something different. I don't like it. I'm used to stalking, killing Joe. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now it was a crazy twist towards the end, and he
Mm-hmm.
got away with it like he always do. But I ain't like it. I ain't like how it panned out. I don't like it. I don't know what y'all was doing or trying to do. Y'all need to start back over for season 5. That's all I'm saying. I didn't like it. Didn't like it. I love the show you. I absolutely do. I
I
have grown
see.
to love this man, but y'all have screwed him up for this season 4. I just want y'all to know because I was waiting on it. And when they released it, I was like, what are y'all doing? I'm confused. So I need y'all to go back. I need y'all to do something different. Okay. Next season, make it happen. Okay. Um, that's all I got.
I'm trying to
Uh
see. Was there anything else? We're gonna talk about Bel Air next time. Or we're gonna wait till the season over with.
what are we on? Episode what, 3?
Yeah, I haven't been watching it.
So basically you need to get caught up.
Yeah, I only saw the first episode.
Okay. Well, I mean, well, you ain't
Cause
that
I
bad.
wanna, cause I wanna know what's the agenda of the guy, this scout guy.
I do want to know that. Right now I want to see if they get in trouble. And then Carlton is having panic attacks again. So we need to see. It's a lot going on. I'm for it. A lot of people's like, this is boring. I was like, no, it's not. It's good. Y'all gonna let these babies tell the story. Um, it's some things going on. I don't know if we should wait or not. We can talk about that and make a decision. But I don't know if we're gonna do the weekly thing on it because I don't know. This might be episode 4 coming up. I'm trying to think 3, 2, 3. I don't know. And let me tell y'all something, Peacock, y'all wrong. Before we get
Oh,
out. Y'all
Peacock.
real wrong. Because why y'all do us like that last season and this season? We get one episode a week. I don't like it. It's ghetto. Go back
Mm.
to what you had did before. Like the first 4 episodes, and then if you want to do an episode a week, that's fine. But I was expecting to see the next episode, and then y'all was like, okay, thank you for coming. We'll see you next week. I don't like that. That's
Mm-hmm.
ghetto. Don't do that no more. Next season, I need 4 episodes. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, you
Okay.
don't put that back. Hold on. We
All
just
right.
make it in the morning. Don't refreeze that. Also, Grownish is back on.
I have not watched it at all. I got to get caught up because I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
I miss the old gang, and I know Chloe and Hallie are doing their thing. Hallie actually had started doing her thing before Chloe had really started doing her thing. Um, uh,
Did you see on the Oscars they did the full trailer for the Little Mermaid?
I'm gonna be in the theaters on opening weekend. Yeah. Y'all listen, y'all thought we supported for Black Panther. Oh, we
Oh,
got
it's
it
gonna be
wrong.
on for
Let me tell
her.
y'all something. These white tears y'all was shedding over this baby being the Little Mermaid. I don't care nothing about that. I told my children they was going too. But we don't want to see the Little Mermaid, but you gonna watch it. Ha! Okay. We going to see the Little Mermaid. Okay. That's what's happening. Are you looking at your child? I done already told mine. We gonna be at the movie theater because we supporting this black girl. That's what we doing.
And then they mad at that
Yari
y'all
is
already
the
got Tinkerbell.
Mr.
It's
Tinkerbell. Get
Tinkerbell.
over it. And don't make me go outsell Peter Pan because y'all playing games. Y'all need to leave these ladies alone. First of all, these are fictional characters, so the color of their skin is subjective. Okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me calm down.
Calm
Um,
down.
so yes, we're gonna be back next week. I don't know what we're reviewing, but we're gonna review it. Whatever it is, we'll make a decision. And that's it. That's all, folks. We'll see you next week. Bye bye. Oh, hold on. I should have made it.